Des Moines, Iowa, capital city for the third state in the U.S. to legalize same-sex marriage. This fact alone invites same-sex couples from around the country to join the community. But there is still so much work to be done. Welcome to One Iowa, an organization dedicated to full equality of lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender individuals in Iowa. It's in a small office in an inconspicuous location, but they don't go unnoticed. They are the state's largest advocacy group for the LGBT community. They help pass crucial legislation, reach out to conservative groups, and hold awareness events like this one, Sweet Equality, a fun way to promote tasty treats and equal rights for the LGBT community. The brains behind the operation, a former member of President Obama's kitchen cabinet on LGBT issues, Donna Redwing. She's lived in places around the country, working her whole life for equal rights. After 25 years in the business, she now can be the face of One Iowa and LGBT advocacy.
So I like to say that I'm kind of the chief cook and bottle washer. My job is to work with our staff and make sure that they have what they need to do the incredible work that they do, to work with the board and help them in their work, and really to be the voice of One Iowa.
Donna stands at the front, leading the way to full equality, and leading by example. After 25 years of being together, Donna married her partner in September.
We've worked toward equality, both of us, for most of our adult lives. And for us, it wasn't just a marriage, it was really the culmination of so much of that work. And as I looked across the room, there was a former Southern Baptist minister, a former white supremacist, there were conservatives and progressives, there were just such a diversity of people who were all part of that journey with us, and that was extraordinary.
Their marriage was finally the reward for the lifelong struggle for their right to love. For other same-sex couples around the state, their marriage was welcomed earlier. Meet John Sellers and Tom Helton. Both found their home in Iowa. John and Tom actively promote same-sex marriage as well. They've been married for 4 years, but had met almost 2 decades ago.
We met September 23rd, 1998. I even know the exact date.
Yep.
It was the internet that brought them together on that fateful day. And ever since that long dinner at John's favorite restaurant, they've been together.
And I had an advantage over him because I knew what he looked like. Because he sent me a picture, but I didn't have the capability at that time to send pictures over the internet. So he didn't know what I looked like, but I told him what I was going to wear. And so, so when I got there, I walked in. Of course, I saw him sitting there, but he said he recognized me right away.
I could tell it was him right away.
I must have stuck out like a sore thumb. I don't know.
I said, yep, that's got to be Tom.
But it was finally in 2009 when John and Tom were able to make it official. They were one of the first same-sex couples to get married in Iowa. And they shared that moment with 2 other couples in none other than the church that John grew up in.
That church was part of my upbringing. When I was younger, I was there and kind of drifted away for a while, and then we started going back and really felt very welcome there. And there were some other couples, and we've all had been together for some time, and thought, well, let's just do this together. Something special. There was a judge there that did the ceremony for us that really, really wanted to do it, that was all part of a group of friends and everything, and it was pretty special.
For Tom and John, there was no problem with acceptance, even at their church. John works for WHO, a radio station in Des Moines, and as much as he's in public and open about his personal life, he has not received any negative comments.
And interestingly enough, it has been really the opposite. I have had no negative comments at all from anybody in the public at all, and nobody at the station has actually said anything to me. Well, I'm sure there are people that are happy about it, but
there's probably people behind your back saying something. Sure, I mean, not everything is through rose-colored glasses. I mean,
but what has been interesting is, as I said, it's been the opposite. There have been people that have come up quietly on the side when I have been out and said, "Thank you for speaking out when not all of us can."
Luckily for John and Tom, they have been accepted in all circles of their lives, and they attribute that success to just talking with people, so they can realize they are still the same Tom and John. However, Donna has seen more of the negative reactions to same-sex couples.
The reality is this: there are places here in Iowa where it's unsafe to be gay or lesbian, bi or trans. There are places in Iowa where who we are and who we get to be is really still limited. There are places in Iowa where children are contemplating suicide because their family won't accept them, or their schoolmates are bullying them and taunting them. So as far as we've come, we have so much more work to do.
While same-sex couples have gained many rights in recent years, some stereotypes have still stuck around.
A lot of people look at us through a lens only of sexuality. They don't understand that we go grocery shopping and that we go to the farmer's market and that we live lives really similar to everybody else. We pay our taxes, we go to church. We're, really like everyone else.
I'm not the stereotype that you try and
Yes,
paint.
yeah.
And I'm not anti-family and destruction of family as so often these groups try and paint. Family is very important to me. Our family is important. My extended family is very important to me. And those are the things that matter.
John, Tom, and Donna all have the same goal to break down those stereotypes. But in an extremely connected world, media could have an enormous effect on the way same-sex couples are received.
Media has come a long way. I can remember many years ago, the New York Times, there was a headline that said, gay murder. I don't know what a gay murder is. Did they do it with, fabulousness? I don't know. So from very simple things like that to how we are depicted. It used to be the only time you saw anything about gay people was during Gay Pride, and they had a drag queen, waving at the crowd. Now, we're part of all kinds of stories.
As we move further into the 21st century, our everyday culture is changing rapidly, and the media is fighting to keep up. And so to help out, we encourage you to get to know your neighbors.